It has been a very long road, but some promising news last night about the COVID pandemic.
President Biden saying that while there's still work to do, he believes the pandemic is over. CBS News' John Diaz is live in Hamilton Heights with more on the president's comments and the battle that is still underway. John.
Chris and Mary, good morning to both of you. And the president's remarks, as you can imagine, they have been music to many people's ears. However, though President Joe Biden does not officially have the authority, the power to declare an end of a pandemic, the power remains with the World Health Organization. And in just a few hours from now, health leaders from the local level up to the federal level, they will be meeting here later on this morning to discuss and advertise why it's still important for everyone to get their boosters so we can keep an upper hand on this virus.
The pandemic is over.
A bold and optimistic statement made by President Joe Biden last night on 60 Minutes to Scott Pelley.
We still have a problem with COVID. We're still doing a lot of work on it. But the pandemic is over.
According to Johns Hopkins University, across America, there have been almost 96 million COVID cases total. The president pointing to a catastrophic loss of people due to the pandemic, one that swept the planet. At one point, it seemed COVID took pity on no one.
And we lost 1 million people, to COVID. When I got in office, when I got elected, only 2 million people had been vaccinated. I got 220 million.
The president's remarks follow other hopeful comments from public health leaders. Last month, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention adjusted and loosened its COVID guidance. Among the easing of rules, it said Americans no longer needed to social distance. But there are some conflicting messages. The U.S. government is still designating COVID-19 as a public health emergency. And just last week, the head of the World Health Organization urged nations to keep up their efforts against the virus.
We're not there yet, but the end is in sight.
And some more promising news is that according to the World Health Organization, the deaths from COVID-19, they still remain at its lowest since the beginning of the pandemic back in March of 2020, a time we all remember.